loyaltytoliberty.blogspot.com. Ambassador Keys, are there any other sites or books or materials? What's some of your latest work? The WorldNet Daily articles? For people that want to...
The major outlets for what I write these days, the most important one is Loyal to Liberty. That's Loyal to Liberty, LOYALTOLIBERTY. You can also reach it, by the way, just by typing in AlanKeyes.com, ALANKEYES.com. It goes to the same place because that's now become my major vehicle for sharing on a regular basis thoughts and writings of various lengths with people. I'm also serializing what I hope will become a couple of books that periodically I'm putting chapters up on the blog there for people to look at and so forth. I also am writing for WorldNet Daily, and I'm heavily involved in the work of America's Independent Party, which has a website, AIP News, AIPNEWS, AIPnews.com, which is essentially an effort both to sign up people for a political effort where we're standing on common principles from the get-go, and everybody commits to those things so that we're not going to be throwing them aside in order to just achieve office at any price. But it also corresponds to my view that in today's world, if we want to take America back, the people must become the media. We must use the tools that are available so we're no longer relying on the corporate bought and paid for media outlets that now are working for some of these big business enterprises that are essentially the fellow travelers of the Obama socialists.
And that more and more is happening, so they're openly saying with the hate crimes law and the cyberbullying that if something hurts someone's feelings, you're going to be federally charged. That's actually in the bills. I couldn't believe it. And especially the cyberbullying. So they're certainly coming after our free speech. They're not only saying it's socialism is racist, which is incredible race baiting in my opinion, and as you said, cold-bloodedly using it to drive a wedge, but they're now calling for the arrest of people that put up Obama posters on light poles, but Obama was in the Washington Post telling his supporters to put up his hope sign on stop signs, which is illegal. So just the level of hypocrisy.
Well, I think, though, it goes beyond hypocrisy, because hypocrisy would imply that it's almost just a function of the circumstances or particular occasion. It's not. This is the strategy whereby you dehumanize, demoralize, and destroy any opposition. You build up your own camp so that they become have the exclusive access, really, to public opinion. And then you try to mobilize the force of law and law enforcement and the state, eventually including, of course, arresting and trying people and throwing them into jail or camp because they are dissenting from your policy. That's something that was systematically characteristic of these socialist regimes of the right and left, whether it's the Nazi regime or the old Soviet regime. These socialist regimes, all of them took this approach to politics. And, of course, they also adopted the famous Rahm Emanuel repeated dictum that you want to take advantage of a good crisis, right, and advance your agenda using it. And that, of course, includes manufacturing it if you don't have one. So that if you don't have a good crisis, you make one up, you cause one. I think that's one of the reasons why he's so irresponsible about spending. He actually wants to push us deeper and deeper into a critical and desperate economic situation that will justify consolidating more and more power in the hands of the government that he controls. That's a standard practice. It just breaks my heart that because of the end of the Cold War, you know, when we were actively confronted by the Soviets, people were more aware on a daily basis of who these people were, what they did, what practices they carried forward. It was something that you grew up with and knew and understood. I think we have now had, 20, 30 years in which that's become less and less the case, and you have a lot of folks now who don't realize that what we're watching is simply part of a pattern that was common from the mid-20th century forward.
Yeah, in case you don't know, sir, it's up on Infowars.com. We have at least 6 different in English, 2 in Spanish, Florida news reports, and several of them call for my arrest I didn't come up with the Obama Joker poster. I saw it in L.A. Nationally, they said it was racist. You should be arrested. So I put it up on my site, and I said, folks, we got to stand up to this attack on free speech. Post these in legal places everywhere. Now they're on the news calling for my arrest. So I can think of nothing more un-American, Ambassador. I want to get your take on that and get back to the question of, you know what makes them tick. You've been proven to be right about them. What are they going to try next? And then I want to get into some other issues like governors oppose DOD emergency powers. Obama wants to put 400,000 troops on the streets of America. You can't make this up.